right, everybody. I'm recording now. So we're on the back side right now. And I want you to write down example 3, which is 3x plus 4y is less than or equal to 0. The reason why we're writing this on the back is we are going to graph this eventually, but can somebody tell me why this would be really hard to graph right now?
What? 0.
No. Kylie.
Because the y isn't on like the outside of the equation.
Right. Normally it looks like y equals mx plus b, right? Where there's a y-intercept and there's a slope, and this doesn't look right. So the first thing we have to do, Connor, what's wrong?
Just don't look right.
Yeah.
So it's not right.
That's the point. We're trying to make it look like y equals something, or y is less than something, or y is greater than something, to make it look like we're used to. So we need to get y by itself first. So anybody have a suggestion on how we can do that?
Divide by 4.
Well, first we have to move this 3x, then we will divide by 4.
Oh.
How do we move the 3x first? Subtract 3x from both sides. That makes 4y is less than negative 3x.
Is less than or equal to.
Less than or equal to, you're right. Go get a prize. That was a math mistake. All right, now how do we get y by itself? Divide by 4, divide by 4. So now I've got y is less than or equal to, I'm going to write negative 3/4 x, and then I'm going to write plus 0. Why do you think I'm writing plus 0?
So you know where your y-intercept is.
Exactly. All right, now, does everybody understand that so far, if somebody asked me to graph this, all I've done is just make the equation look like I need it to look so I can graph it? Everybody okay with that? All right. I've got a better way today to explain how to shade it. I did some thinking. All right, and this is the equation y is less than or equal to, was it?
Negative 3/4 x plus 0.
Negative 3/4 x plus 0. All right, so what is my y-intercept? Oh, I forgot to write x and y. My y-intercept is 0, and then where do I go from there? Down 3 to the right 4, down 3 to the right 4, etc. Is this going to be a dotted line or a solid line? Austin.
Solid, because it's greater or less than or equal to.
You're right, it's the equal to part that makes it a solid line. If it was, otherwise it'd be a dashed line. Can you get the door, please? Thank you. All right, now forget about the water thing that I said yesterday. I've decided to teach it in a different way, okay? Less than, does that mean above or below? Below. So all you have to do, look at me, all you have to do is go to the line and draw arrows that go straight down. Do you see how even though that the angle, that the line is angled, that my arrows are going like vertical down? Okay? That just tells you which direction to shade. Now, there's a reason why I can't always tell you that it's always on the left or always on the right. And the reason why is because of this. Look up. On this one, where would down be?
The right side.
It'd be on the right side. Do you see how it'd be down here, right? Below the line would be over here. And that's on the right side. But over here, below the line is on the left side. So it kind of depends on which way the line is angled, whether it's a positive slope or a negative slope. Does that make sense to you? But if you draw lines that are going straight vertical up from the line or straight down from the line, that'll just show you where it is. Everybody good with that? Okay, so now I'm going to shade it. Anything that is in the shaded area could be an answer to this problem. Like, for example, this point right here, that point right there is -1, -3. That's an answer to the problem. Any point in that shaded area would be an answer to this problem. They're all answers. All right, we're gonna try one more example. And what you're gonna have to do with your partner is you're gonna have to solve for the equation and you're gonna have to graph it. So the equation we're using is x minus 2y is greater than -4. Something that I would suggest immediately, everybody look up, is this -2. I'm going to change that to plus and -2 to help me remember that that negative goes with the 2. Also remember that if you multiply or divide by a negative number, what do you have to do? Flip your sign. All right, try with your partner. Solve it on the back, graph it on the front. Talk to each other now, please. If it helps, you might want to put a 1 in front of the x. It's a 1x. If I subtract the x on both sides, do you guys want some help with this part, the beginning part?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk through the beginning part together, and then I'll have you go separately for the graphing. Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay, so I heard a lot of people saying you need to subtract the x from both sides. Everybody agree? Okay, so I'm going to subtract 1x from both sides. Can I combine the -4 and the 1x? No, one has an x and one doesn't. So I'm going to keep it as -2y is greater than, what do you think I should write first?
-1x.
Why do you think I should write that first? You're right. Why?
That's your slope.
That's my slope. Do I have to write it first? No. But it's how I'm used to seeing it. And then how do I get y by itself right now? Divide by -2. I'm dividing by a negative number, so what should I do?
Flip the sign.
Flip the sign. -1 divided by a -2 is a +1/2. Everybody okay with that? Negative divided by a negative makes a positive.
Yes.
1/2 is 1/2. X. Remember, this is a -4. You can make it plus a negative if that makes you feel better. -4 divided by a -2 is a +2. Okay, so now this is what you're going to be graphing. Are the arrows a lot easier than the water thing? Yeah? Up 1/2?
But for the like water thing.
It should be below. Mhm. Talk to each other, please. At least compare answers.
Figured it out, right? Let's go.
Why? Why? Why is less than.
We should go on.
By the way, a parent dropped these off. Apparently this is part of a pig selection.
I brought you a real pig.
You bring me a real pig, a little piglet,
No,
big one.
Big boy.
big boy.
I'm gonna put it to the window.
These things are surprisingly cute though, because